Hello everyone, it's BlueEngine99 here and I am here to do my Q&A video. For definite this time, considering I was meant to do it 10 years ago actually, but I never did. Whoops. So on the commentary on YouTube, I did hold a Q&A. I want to thank everyone for asking me questions. Now, I have got a good amount of questions, but as I did say prior, I'm asking the questions that were relevant to what I basically asked. But I've got a great amount of questions to ask. So I've got nothing else to say, but let's get into this video. Frank for the Orange 2 Product 110 asks, ever heard of Mae Whitman? Can't say I have, no. I think that, judging by that, it's a horror thing or a comedy, I'm not too sure. I'll have to definitely look that up. I guess which is your favourite generation of Fireman Sam? Oh yeah, you know that too well. It is actually seasons 1 to 4. I love that era very, very much. It's just so charming and very funny, and the characters are all very likeable. What's your least favourite Thomas character? That has to be Lorenzo. He has a cool design and a nice shade of blue, but oh my god, he is annoying. Like, oh my gosh, he makes my ears bleed. Thoughts on the upcoming Alien Earth series? Can't say I've heard of it, to be honest, so I can't really give any thoughts there. How'd you get into Bluey? And excited for the upcoming Bluey movie? Okay, so I used to be on TikTok, but I've got rid of it now. But one day I was just strolling and then an episode of Bluey just showed up. I just thought, it's just one of those generic kid shows. So I scrolled on, but it kept appearing more and more. And then I discovered the fan base about it and realised this isn't just a typical kid show. So I ended up watching the episodes and yeah, that's how I got into it. And I was like, okay, I take this all back. This is actually a cute, enjoyable series for all ages. And oh, I am excited for the movie. I can't wait to see it. I'll probably be the biggest kid in the cinema. I will be surprised. Well, I shouldn't be too surprised if there's people my age watching it, but I won't be too surprised if I see it in the cinema. I'll be like the biggest kid there. Daniel Orslop asks, top 5 Bob the Builder episodes. So this is the order how I think my top 5 would go. Bob's Big Surprise, Bob's White Christmas, Trailer Travis, Mucky Muck, and Muck's Sleepover. Thoughts on CGI Fireman Sam? Gonna be honest, it's terrible, but there are some characters I find enjoyable. I actually like the relationship between Elvis and Station Officer Steele. Arnold I really love, and I'm not just saying that because it's John Hassler. And in the film Norman Price Mystery in Disguise, I really love Crompton. Like, he is so hilarious. And I think it helps that it's Kerry Shale doing part of his Diesel voice. That's why I think, and he's just so funny. If the original Bob the Builder did continue after Ready Steady Build ended, and you've been given a chance to continue the show, what would you do? Oh wow, that is a great question. What I would do, personally, I would still have it as CGI, of course, but I would possibly have it in the same system as Ready Steady Build, but I would have the story writing as it was from series 1 to 9. To be honest, like, that had great writing and the characters were really well. Because I'll be honest, when I got into Project Build It onwards and Ready Steady Build It, just started using a similar structure a lot of the time. Like, the machines do something, have a different idea, mess the job up, and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I won't do it again. Like, it's very repetitive, so I would have the writing like from series 1 to 9, but keep the animation style similar to how it was in Ready Steady Build. Favourite Fireman Sam special, if any? Ooh, I like the Christmas one from the classic series. Hang on, let me just, I think it's Snow Business? Yeah, I really love this special Snow Business, if it counts, because that is such a good episode, great special. But if I couldn't count Snow Business for films, probably Alien Lair, to be honest. I don't know, I like the story plot a bit. It was cool having David Tennant in it. But yeah, I'm not too sure about the specials, to be honest. What Thomas characters would you like Bachmann to make next? I'll be honest, after Stanley, who was the ending I wanted the most, I was so unsure who I want next. But if I had to pick a few characters, I do see this one coming because it's the narrow gauge line. I'd easily see Luke being made. I would love Luke. But if we're talking HO scale engines, I'm going to have to say Whiff. I think Whiff would be a very fun addition. If they had more CGI characters, I would love to see Hero, Gator, and the Oil Burning Timothy. They would be amazing additions. But if Bachmann was to somehow make someone from the model series, I would love, who only appeared in the model series, I should say. I would so love for them to make Molly, or Boko, of course, or Murdoch, or Stepney, or Duke. One of those ones would be very welcome additions. Jonathan Azamar asks, what was your reaction when the Down the Mine pilot came out? Excuse my French, but I lost my shit. I got so excited, and so I was like really hyped. I thought this isn't real, but find out that was actually true. I was so excited. I can't remember the last time I got excited for a piece of Thomas media. We didn't need like a new series or announcement. That for us hardcore Thomas fans, the Down the Mine pilot is what we got, and I absolutely love it. Which is your favourite Fireman Sam movie? Ooh, I did say Snow Business before, and I think I did. Yeah, I just asked this question, didn't I? What did I say? I just forgot. It was Alien Alert. Yeah, it was Alien Alert. I said. I think I would possibly go with that one because I did enjoy that one. I would say Set for Action, but I'll be honest, Flex is honestly one of the worst characters I've ever seen. But I think I like it for the darker plot, but I think I enjoy Alien Alert a bit more. What are your thoughts on the Scream franchise? I've only seen the first two films, but I've heard the following ones are not so good. But from what I've seen, I'll be honest, I think maybe once you've seen the first one, you know enough, it feels very complete. So that's all I can say. Who is your favourite comedian or comedians? Ooh, I love Russell Howard. I remembered watching Russell Howard's Good News and oh my gosh, I was laughing so much. I also really love the late George Carlin for how blunt he is. Those two I would easily say are my favourites. What is your least favourite game? I guess you could say my favourite or my least favourite game. I don't know. So any games I thought, oh my gosh, this is really bad. I'm not too sure. That's actually quite tough. Because I'm a Sonic fan, I'd probably say maybe Sonic Forces or Sonic 06. Sonic 06 just has horrible game control and a really messy plot, but I feel like it's like Thomas and the Magic Railroad. That movie ruined Sonic going forwards, but Sonic Forces had great potential, but just lazy gameplay and a very half-baked plot, shall we say. Isle of Foreign Rails. What Sonic film do you like the best? Easily Sonic 3. That was so much fun, and it was so awesome having Shadow, and it was so cool having Gerald Robotnik as a major character. Yeah, that one was a great film, easily my favourite. Has the Cars diecast range been more difficult for you to find in the stores nearby your area? I'm certain that other local Smiths deliver a full peg section these days. You know what? The last few times I've been to Smiths, I've seen quite a lot of Lightning McQueens, to be honest. Like I've seen the one, the Road Scraper and the Fire Hazard, Fire and Rescue Lightning McQueen, and obviously a few of the other variants, but hardly seen any, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not too sure if there's something going on with the Cars stuff right now or not. I don't know. But yeah, I've had that issue where I couldn't really find anything. regarding the Cars stuff and seeing nothing new in the shop on the shelves. What are your thoughts on the Bob the Latino Builder film from Amazon, MGM and Mattel Studios? It feels very early to judge it, but I will possibly judge an opinion once I've seen a promo and the trailer for it, but I probably will see it in the cinemas because it is Bob the Builder. Which is your favourite British sitcom? I'm probably going to have to say Mrs. Brown's Boys. That is just so hilarious. That makes me laugh all the time. Funny enough, me and Big Phil Animations were watching a few episodes of it yesterday. What Thomas characters do you want to see from the 2025 Thomas & Friends Push Along range when it continues in 2026? I'll be honest, these ones are so basic of me, but I would really love Edward, Gordon and Toby to be part of the range. I really do. Edward, I can see them doing spot on. Gordon, I see getting a similar treatment to Henry. But with Toby, I just hope they don't make it like that CGI one when he first released him. I want it like something like the All Engines Go Push Along Toby, because that's how you do a good diecast Toby in Push Along range. So yeah, those three I want in particular. I would also really love Duck, of course. I see them doing Emily, Nia and Rebecca. I'll be honest, it's mainly Edward, Gordon, Toby and Duck I would love to see the most. Brain Productions 27 asks, how were you introduced to Thomas and Tugs? Thomas, I do not know, because in my family I'm the youngest of my siblings, and my brother, who's the second youngest, or the third oldest you could say, I think that they had Thomas in with him with a bit before I came along. So I'm not too sure how exactly I was introduced to Thomas. Part of me does think it's the VHS tape playtime, but I'm really not too sure. Tugs, however, I do know. So in my primary school, in the school library, some kids just showed me this boat with the book, Tugs Book of Ghosts with Top Hat on. At first I thought it was creepy and I was like, no. And they kept taking the Mickey Mouse out of it. But in the end, I decided to say, oh, just grab it, yeah, I'll just read it. So yeah, that's how I got introduced to Tugs. But I wasn't fully aware of it properly when I came onto YouTube, one night on YouTube, when I saw Thomas parodies of the Tugs episodes. Well, the Tugs footage, but it was audio from the Thomas episodes, I should say. And funny enough, Ghost, as you know since the book, that was my introduction to Tugs. Of course, when I found out the episodes, that was the first episode I saw, and I remember with the ship coming out of the boat with 10 Cents and Sunshine, 10 Cents' faces scared me so much, I turned away. And after watching the episode, I'm like, yeah, I do not want to watch this series, but I've watched it now. I've watched the whole series, and I love Tugs, of course. So, yeah, that's how I was introduced to Tugs. Sorry if I haven't got a good story regarding Thomas, though. Is there a PlayStation game that you really wanted but never got to play? Not really, no. I'll be honest, we all grew up with the PlayStation 2. And I wasn't a big gamer than I was back then. I loved playing the Cars games. I guess you could say at the time I was gutted that I didn't get Cars Racer Rama on the PlayStation 2. But it did come out on the Xbox. I don't recall seeing it with the PlayStation 2. So you could say that, but I've got it now. So you know what? Yeah, there was never really a PlayStation game I sadly didn't get to have that I was disappointed with. Besides the characters that have returned to the CGI series, who would you have wanted to see return to the show? Ooh, now that's a great question. Obviously, I would throw in the obvious. Boko, Duke and Stepney, I'm in that crowd where I would have loved to have seen them introduced. But I would also have loved to have seen Molly, Dennis, Hector and Ned. I think those four characters would have brought something fresh to the table. I'm shocked they didn't bring Molly into CGI. She would have been a great character. Something like with Daisy in CGI. She would have been a great secondary character. Dennis, he would he would have been fresh. Something with Daisy, like that would have been fun. Hector, I'm shocked because he's a big troublesome truck who's a friendly one. How on earth did they decide to just avoid him? And Ned would have just been loads of fun. I could have easily seen something with him and Marion. So that would have been great fun. So yeah, obviously, like I said, Boko, Duke and Stepney, of course, but Molly, Dennis, Hector and Ned I would have also loved to have seen. My best friend Big Phil Animations next, and he asks, what's your favourite holiday you've been this year? Ooh, well, on the recording this video, I've got 2 more holidays coming up. By the end of this month, I'm going to Catalonia, which is a Greek island. And in November, I'm off to Edinburgh for 1 weekend. So far, probably the week I went leading up to the Orgy Extravaganza 5, when I went to Ironbridge first for a few days, and then to Wales for the Extravaganza weekend. So yeah, easily that one this so far. Which heritage railway is your best experience? Ooh, many at Tally Clun and the East Lancs Railway, to be honest. Both have so many fun times. There's so many I could list, but I guess East Lancs more because I've got to see Flying Scotsman, Mayflower and Pendennis Castle there. It's the railway where I drove the Crab locomotive, so yeah, definitely the East Lancs Railway, but if I had to pick one, probably seeing Flying Scotsman, to be honest. What's your best Ertl train model? Easily my Ertl white running board sticker face Thomas. That is just beautiful to have. Would you ever open Blue Sky account? Probably not, to be honest, because it's basically just another Twitter. Angry Kid or Eric Cartman? Angry Kid. I actually find Eric overrated. TrainFan2K6 asks, what are your favourite Bluey episodes? I love The Sign. The Sign is just a beautiful episode. I also really love Sleepy Time. That's just a beautiful episode. And I really love Bumpy and the Wise Old Wolfhound. Those 3 episodes are my absolute favourites. You know what? Baby Race as well. Baby Race is a beautiful episode. Those 4 I really love. Take Along or pre-2014 Take and Play? Gonna probably have to go to pre-2014 Take and Play. I love Take Along. It was on one of my many childhood toy ranges, but I don't know, I like the detail more of the Take and Play range before it changed in summer 2014, to be honest. Have you ever played any of the Super Smash Bros. Games? To be honest, no. Sorry. Island of Sodor Films 8712 asks, what's your favourite horror film? I absolutely love Babysitter. And also last month, I actually saw Weapons as well in the cinema, and that was a really great film. Oh, I also love Men in Black. Was it Men in Black? Yeah, Men in Black. Those 3 I absolutely love. They have great storylines, great jump scares, great mystery putting together films and what happens. Those 3 films are really good. Which Hornby Thomas model that you don't own but wish you did? It's torn between Murdoch and Bear. Those 2 I would love to have. Will you be getting Bachman Stanley? Oh yeah, but I'm making sure by the end of this year I will have Bachman Stanley in my house. Have you ever been to a Tugs the Exhibition event? Shockingly no, but it's something I would really love to do. Thoughts on Pixar's Planes? It's alright. It's probably worse, more weaker than Cars 2, to be honest. I honestly feel like the first film could have been a prequel story to Lightning McQueen becoming a racer, and Fire and Rescue should have been the Planes film we did get. Well, regardless, there's still lovable stuff in each film's, like the humor's really good, great animation. So yeah, that's why I'd say Planes is just okay. Royal Gordon Productions asks, favourite Thomas character? Without a doubt, my favourite character is Thomas. I love him so much. I've loved him since childhood. I still love him to this day. Yes, he has his fair shares of bad episodes, and even I've actually despised in some episodes, like the Dixon Discovery episodes, but I can't bring myself to make him not my favourite. I love him so much. He means so much to me. Thoughts on John Hassler voicing Arnold McKinley? Oh, I was so shocked when I found out John Hassler voiced him. It was just his Thomas voice. Arnold is honestly my second favourite Fireman Sam character, only because I can't unhear Thomas talking. Speaking of favourites, favourite Fireman Sam character. Arnold is my second favourite, but my first is easily Station Officer Steele. I find him so entertaining, he's just so much fun. What's your favourite Pixar film? Easily Cars. I love Cars so much, it's even my all-time favourite film. Thoughts on Big World Big Adventures? I assume you mean the whole era of Big World Big Adventures? I'll just say it's 50-50. There's loads of bad and absolute crap, but there's some good stuff in there. FatBoyMB1864 asks, which three Thomas and Friends movies and episodes are your favourite? My three favourite Thomas films are The Great Discovery, Blue Mountain Mystery, and The Adventure Begins. As for my three favourite episodes, so number 3, even though it's 3 episodes, it's the Duck and Diesel trilogy. Second, I would place Thomas Comes to Breakfast. And my first favourite, I would put Thomas the Jet Engine. If the people who created Thomas and Friends asked you to be the voice actor of one of the characters, and if it was your favourite, would you accept the offer? Okay, if I got offered to voice Thomas himself, who's my favourite character, I would lose my shit inside. I would be so excited to get this offer, and yes, I would so accept the offer. I mean, I don't think I can do a good John Hassler, Ben Small impression Thomas, but I'm pretty sure I'd be like a good Martin Sheen and Ben Small sort of Thomas. Do you like all 3 Disney Pixar Cars movies? Cars 1, all-time favourite movie, love it so much. Cars 2, oh, I'm all over the show. I don't really love it or hate it. I actually don't have a firm opinion on it. Cars 3 I do love, and I find it the most underrated film from Pixar's films. If you had to do your own version rewrite of one of the Thomas and Friends movies, which one would you choose? Well, I'm pretty sure everyone would make an attempt to rewrite Misty Island Rescue somehow, but I would probably rewrite Day of the Diesels, to be honest, because that was the film I was very disappointed in. I would really rewrite Day of the Diesels. That had a bigger meaning to why the Diesels want a new Diesel works, have some drama with drama with Percy and Thomas. So, yeah. I would say Day of the Diesels would be the one I'd rewrite. David Avvilis 1754, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. What was your favourite Sonic character and why? I think you mean who is my favourite character? Well, I will say it though, my favourite Shadow, he's got such a deep, sympathetic backstory and honestly he's a great layered character. My favourite when I first got into Sonic was no other than Sonic himself. And I actually forgotten this back in like 2021, I actually forgot when 06 came out, Silver became my favourite, but I think over time I completely forgot and just assumed Sonic was my favourite. But when playing Sonic Mania back in 2021, when I just got my Switch, I actually got some new love for Knuckles, and just watching the series and other games, and I gained new appreciation for the characters. But after watching Sonic 3, Shadow became my favourite, for what I've just told you right. Now, for my last question by Sodor Tales Entertainment, he asks, what is your favourite Thomas movie and song? My favourite Thomas movie is The Great Discovery, and my favourite song is the classic series version of He's a Really Useful Engine. And that's it for the Q&A. I want to thank everyone who posted a comment, who went ahead and asked me questions. Now, I sadly couldn't answer a few questions, only because they weren't what I particularly asked to be. Well, they weren't what I said to ask about, shall we say. So, I'm sorry if I've made you cross if I didn't ask you questions, but I'm a stickler but those were the rules, shall we say. But, so, me, despite saying this, I would appreciate no raging comments if I did not ask you if I didn't ask your questions. But, the rule was up to 5 questions and whatever topics I had out there ready. But regardless, I did have a great amount of questions, and I want to thank everyone, even those who may have not had the questions answered, made it an effort to ask questions. I don't know when the next video will be, to be honest, but at least I've got something to work on at least I've got something to put out before I go off to Catalonia, which I'm hoping to do. Hopefully by the time I fly off, this video will be out. So, I hope you've enjoyed listening to my questions, and until my next video, this is Blue Engine 99 signing off, and goodbye!